So today I'm in Montreal, Canada. I'm joined with Tim Vera.
Hi, Tim Vera.
So we've really enjoyed this city so far. One of the things that has stood out from the city is the architecture of these old buildings that you see in this part of town. So what we thought we'd do is explore this part of town by having a photo competition between Tim and myself. So what we did is created an app on Mendix that gives us half an hour to capture as many photos as we want. The best photo obviously will win between this competition.
So we've invited 6 judges from around the world we'll go onto the app, star rate each photo, and then we'll use that to decide who's the winner. So it's on.
Let's do it.
It's on. On your marks, get set, go. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. Check this out.
Okay, so I'm about halfway through this competition now. I've got to tell you that if you want to do something that challenges your comfort zones, enter a competition like this where you run around the city taking photos. I'm not even a good photographer. This is just challenging me all over the place. People looking at us weird.
Running out of time. Only got a handful of pictures so far, and I got to get back. I hope I get back in time. 13 minutes. Eight minutes. Gotta head back.
Like after this, I've got to take a photography course or something.
Right, are we gonna make it? We're gonna make it. What have we got here? 4 minutes left and I'm actually almost back already. So maybe I can grab one more picture here somewhere. Alright, so it's 1 minute and I'm at the location now and there's still no sign of Derek.
Okay, it's 1 minute till the competition ends.
48 seconds, let's see what happens.
And I actually don't recognize where I am. I know I'm close though, but I don't recognize where I am.
So it turns out Derek got lost in a big city without a cell phone. So I'm trying to track him down. Derek! I'm standing right here. Where are you? I think I got some good photos.
I don't think my photos are good. It's actually a lot harder to take photos of buildings than it seems, right?
Yeah, like when you take photos of kids, the target is just to get them to sit still.
Yeah, so that website unsplash.com, they're actually based in this city, right? And so, well done to those photographers, because there's some good photos of buildings there. My pictures will not be amongst them.
Well, we will let the judges be the judge of that.
Okay, so I'll be honest, I got a bit lost there for quite a while. We found each other.
Yeah.
The photos have been uploaded. what's going to happen now is the judges will be notified, and over the next 3 or 4 days they're going to have the opportunity to star rate each photo, and at the end of that cycle we are going to know who won this competition.
Awesome.
So in the meantime, we're going to go and get some beer.
Are we? Awesome.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay, we're back in South Africa now. The trip has ended. We've come together to have our malts,
Yes.
have our beer, and we've gone with another local brewery who's producing a My China rice beer, very nice. And in the break, we invited some judges to judge the competition, so they're logged in from around the world and they've judged it. And let's see who they are.
Hi, I'm Britta. I'm in Kingston, Jamaica.
Chris Grobler, I'm from South Africa.
I am Elmarie Venter.
I'm Q from Ireland.
I'm a judge for the Comotion Photo City App Challenge.
Alright, so now the time has come to see who's actually won this competition, right? So we're going to actually see that now.
This is the reveal right here.
This is the reveal. Alright, score, order by score. Hey, I won!
How is it that you are 3 times in this? Excuse me. So how is it that you are, is it per photo? So you won the top photo
I won out of all the judges, the average score
for that one photo.
for that one photo.
That's jippered. I don't think they understood.
The one guy gave me 6 for this one.
6 out of
6 stars. It was 6
6 stars. No, it's rigged. Let's check. Okay, that is a nice photo. That is a nice photo.
Sick and sick.
Congratulations, Derek.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we just want to actually reflect a little bit on the whole process of creating this photo app, what it was like to develop and what we went through. So we went through a process where we developed it locally. We developed it actually in between all the different meetings that we were having on that trip. It was quite interesting. And then we deployed it onto the Mendix Sandbox instance, which is free and unlimited for unlimited users now. And we did this a little while ago. Mendix is on version 8.3 already. We did this on the last version of Mendix
8.0.
no, 7. Mendix 7.
Oh, was it 7?
So we released this. We've shot it. We went around and took photos on version 7, and then Mendix released version 8. In between the time we finished the competition and when we asked the judges to judge, right? And in that period, there was a bug that crept in from platform side, and it just removed all the images from that we had taken. So the result was the judges couldn't actually see any photos. So they had already been asked to judge, and when they logged in, there was nothing there. So because this was free tier, we obviously went through the support process, but it took a long time to get that bug solved. And in fact, unfortunately, there's a bit of brand damage from our side because we asked some important people to test for us, and when they logged in, the system wasn't working. So we learned some really good lessons there of the whole process, but also how to actually use where Sandbox is actually applicable. It's not as if I use the term stable, it's not as enterprise stable as what I initially had thought. I thought on an ongoing basis it would be quite stable, and certainly it hasn't gone down and there hasn't been weird things like that, but we experienced at just the wrong time this dip that hit us. So it's been a lesson about how to use Sandbox, where Sandbox comes in. It is a great demo platform. It is a great way to launch, deploy on, see what the application is doing together, but perhaps it needs a little bit more babysitting before you actually pass it on to a client.
Yeah, so I think the thing about Sandbox is that it's very tempting to just
deploy something on there.
There's that one-click deploy button sitting there in the modeler.
Yeah.
You want to just deploy and share it with people and all that kind of stuff, but I think the challenge is that Mendix is awesome. Obviously, Mendix is awesome for getting features out and what have you.
Yeah.
But what people see when they log in, and if you want to demo something to someone, and they see this coming back at them, a platform that's not working for whatever reason, a bug crept into the Sandbox environment, or Sandbox is down, or whatever it is, it actually damages
the opportunity.
It damages the opportunity. Exactly.
Yeah.
Damages the opportunity.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got to use Sandbox with extreme caution.
Yeah.
I would say only use it for internal tests.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even take it to a customer or potential
this
customer.
experience.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Sandbox to a potential customer.
There was a case before where I did, I had a certain amount of time to prepare for a pitch. I either had to build a presentation or do a demo. So I actually in that case built a demo application in Mendix. And the client wasn't in the same city, so I just phoned them up and asked them to log on, and together we went through the system as if it was a production system.
Yeah.
That worked really, really well. But it wasn't a case where we just left it off, and like, don't worry, it's going to work, and then...
So babysitting. But I mean, there's always that risk that perhaps...
Even then...
Even in that interaction, it's going to fail you.
Yeah.
So I mean, for us, for us to have all the photos disappear out of the system for no real reason other than some bug in the background was it was really damaging, and it was actually even a babysat system because you were close to it. We were close to it, but
So the Mendix community was great. There was a lot of people that I was engaging with on forum side, and there's a lot of people that I was engaging with on Slack. So if you're not on Slack, check Slack out. Very productive and helpful community. But obviously this was free tier. Mendix wasn't going to get any resources quickly to solving a free tier. I think it would have been different if it was a professional instance.
Okay, cool.
So that was the first thing.
I think the next thing is I often think, and for people to understand what Mendix can do, right? I often think, would that have been possible, what we did, in using like a full stack, traditional full stack like framework? Say we're using Python Flask or Cake PHP or whatever, or Java and some Java thing. Could we have, while being on trains, at coffee shops, in between meetings, while we're on an international trip, would we have been able to develop that application? And I don't think there's any way. Right?
No ways. Yeah.
So it did demonstrate that Mendix just reduces the time to build. It doesn't even reduce the time to build because it makes projects viable that would otherwise not be viable. And that's an important selling point, and obviously it's something that Mendix pushes hard. But it doesn't just make things a little bit quicker, it makes a new level of agility possible.
So certainly it aligns with the maker movement that they've started, right, in Mendix World earlier this year, where they're encouraging developers and citizen developers to go out and make cool stuff, right? And so the platform worked really well there. I mean, we literally developed this kind of like in between the jobs that we were doing. And we had certain experiences where we finished the version of the app, and then in Starbucks sat down and realized it would be great if there's another feature, and responded immediately to that feature, which was really great. It's lived up to its expectations on that side.
So what else is there?
Now it's time for beer, man. Now it's beer and celebration.
Have you got over your trauma of getting lost in Montreal without Wi-Fi?
Derek! I have, but that is why the beer's almost...
Slow down there, man.
Okay, until next time. Cheers. There goes judges.
I think I'm going to call for an audit on the scores.
You can. You can call. Episode 2, audit.
Episode 2, the audit.